Hey guys, content drought calamity here, and today we're going to be going over the Spiral Abyss. It just reset recently, as in today, and I thought we would just kind of go through all the floors and just kind of share some strategies, some tips, some advice, and whatnots to help you get through it. That being said, let's start with floor 9, which, in my opinion, floor 9 and 10 are absolutely free. You don't even need to really come up with a synergizing team. You could just honestly use whoever you want in these 3 chambers, or in these 6 chambers, I should say, for 9 and 10. Seriously, use anyone you want, as long as they're leveled, have a leveled weapon, and, you know, even some just half decent artifacts, and you know, you got their talents up there, like decent levels as well. You can do floor 9 and 10 with ease. And in fact, I encourage all players that have at least 8 characters ready to go for Spiral to at least do 9 and 10. And that is where the majority of players, you know, don't have much trouble. It's usually some floor, maybe some chambers in 11, but mostly 12 is where the problems are at, right? So we're just going to quickly go through 9 and 10. Not much to say. I'm just going to pick some random characters, make up some random teams. We're not even going to care about the ley line disorder, what enemies are there. Seriously, just use whatever you want and you will get past it. I'll be right back once we start the first chamber of floor 9. Alright, y'all, we're here on floor 9, chamber 1, and like I said, I just made a quick team of whatever. This team doesn't even really synergize well together. Like, yeah, I can make hyper blooms with them, but honestly, there's probably a more optimized team for this. And you don't even need any special strats. Just play it like you normally would. To be honest, there's nothing crazy or fancy about it. It's just like finding these monsters when you're just exploring. These guys are floating. So use Yai Miko to damage them while they float. And there's more. Let's use the burst from Jingcho. But yeah, as long as you have your characters, I would say, just leveled and the weapon leveled and then their talents at a decent spot, they'll be good. Artifacts wise, they don't need like no fancy you know, crit damage, high crit rate substats or whatever. Just use whatever. Oops, I got frozen. That's annoying. You even have more time than you do on compared to that was a delay. You have more time compared to the other floors. So my second half team is Xinyan, Tartaglia, Yunjin, and Sayu. Again, a team that has no synergy or barely any synergy with itself. And I don't even think Yunjin works with Child's melee attacks. So we're just gonna go ahead and just do the same thing. Just gonna swap over. I'm not even playing optimally with Child right now. Go ahead and use the burst, maybe swap off. Let's go ahead and use Jinyan's burst. Even using Sayu's roll here for damage, and it's fine. Let's go ahead and use the burst. I want to wait for the next wave to spawn, and then we'll use Child here. I just realized Child and Jinyan kind of work decently well because of the fire shield. When it's active, it gives him some free vaporizes. Oh, that's my favorite Aramite enemy. And she's gone. And we're done with this chamber. Like I said, you don't even need anyone really optimally built. In fact, a lot of these characters that I'm using right now don't have the best artifacts in the world. But there's no point in like showing you them. It's just a waste of time. And not all of them have 5-star weapons or anything fancy like that. My Yai Miko doesn't have her signature weapon. She's just using a 4-star Widsit, which is fine. It is more than fine. Oops, I whiffed. my Jincho's thing there. Hey, I didn't know you guys would boost up so soon. We're gonna use that Miko again to let the totems do the damage up there because I can't reach them. You can also use like an archer character to just headshot them and it knocks them off the pillars if you don't want to break them. Like this. There you go. Let's go ahead and use everybody's burst again. Get Yaimiko's stuff set up. Alright, next wave. Sorry if I'm not really talking that much, it's just that there's not really much to say. I'm just trying to prove that you really don't need crazy teams just to be floor 9. In fact, this is what I always do whenever I do Spiral Abyss for floor 9 and 10. I just use whatever, or whomever. Let's go again. I think this is the guy that's gonna spawn the vines. I don't want him to do that because they're annoying to deal with, so just gonna go ahead and whoops. Probably shouldn't use fire on the fire slimes, but and now I'm using water on the water slimes. Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Go ahead and use Xinyan's burst for some damage there. I don't have ice for this. Little annoying, little annoying. Willpower and patience, you will break through those shields. There we go. It took a while. I got a free plus 20% attack card. Let's go ahead and get the bursts out. Use everybody's skills. This is actually kind of a nice combo. This is the last chamber, by the way, for floor 10 or floor 9, excuse me. Nice. I love Yaimiko's burst. The sound effect it does when you use it is great, and we did that chamber pretty fast. Bringing us to our next one. More Aramite dudes. I didn't even really look at who the enemies were. Clearly. Use that. Just using everybody's bursts. Oh. Oh, is it? Well, okay. We're going to continue on to Chamber 10. I'm going to go ahead and set up the teams, so I'll be right back. Okay. Floor 10. Let's get it. I don't even have a healer on this team. So hopefully it's not too bad. We're using Traveler. Dendro Traveler, that is. Sucrose, Mona, and Fish. I know her name is not Fish, it's Fishel, but I just like to call her Fish. I always do. Oh, this thing jumped up. Let's go ahead and just kill this thing. I'm trying to make Traveler hit it so they can get their burst ready for the next wave, but doesn't seem to want to cooperate, so just go ahead, get some energy, toss that out. There we go. Again, all the reactions going on. Put you right there. Traveler is not bad. as Dendro. Really underrated. Alright, for the second half, we have Ningguang with Rosaria and Haizo. I even brought Jean just in case for some heals on the second half. Ooh, there was like some lag there. I actually had a 5-star weapon on my Ningguang, but I think I gave it to Haizo. Nice punch. I love using his punch. It's very fun to use. Whoa. Pushing me, man. Let's go ahead and use that burst. 10 is also as generous as 9, by the way, when it comes to using the time limits for the 3-star. You still have a lot of time. There is really no rush. Just using everyone's skills and abilities, not really thinking about it. We'll do more of that once we get to floor 12. These guys really push you though, holy crap. Damn. You should be dead. And that is the end of Chamber 1. Moving on to Chamber 2. I don't even know what's gonna be here, but... Oh, we got the samurai and some Aramite dudes. Let's try to gather them up. If I can. There we go. Kind of want to focus the samurai that has more health here, so that you kind of want to kill him at the same time, because the other samurai gets that buff, you know, and he gets healed, and it's just makes it last longer, and it's annoying. So I ain't gonna mess with that. Whoa! Comboed me in there. We do have better elements equipped for this chamber to deal with that electro shield, which is why it didn't take me as long as it did with those hydro shields earlier. We killed the mage. Let's go ahead and do some more damage in there. Nice, 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 nice. Ooh, nice card. We got some crit rate and damage. Let's go ahead and toss that in there. Alright, we were able to use everybody's burst there. And that was very, very fast. It was easy. They all grouped up thanks to Sucrose, and we just unleash our AoE burst to target them down. Kinda wish we had that same team here just so we could gather these three together. There we go. I think that should be okay. Oh! Damn it. She teleported out. I gotta be careful because my Haizo is running a little low there. I hate it when they trap you like this too. Damn. She is having a grand time. Get everybody healed, because Jean is such a great healer. Really, really great healer. Whoops. What? What was she aiming at? Hi. You do have to keep track of the time limit on this chamber. It is actually shorter in this one in particular, and that is gonna do it for floor 10. Plenty of time to spare, and now we're going to move on to floor 11. So I would say, in my opinion, floor 11 is where it starts to get a little harder. You don't want to just be putting just anybody in your team comps. You actually want to try to make somewhat of a team that synergizes together, but overall it's still, I would say, a good balance between challenging but not that challenging. I do also recommend looking at the leyline disorder so that we can try to play around it. This one has a dendro bonus of 75%. We don't really have like like Tignari would love this obviously, but Kali and Dendro Traveler can also take advantage of the nice damage increase. We do want to take a preview at the enemies this time around just so we know what we're dealing with, and so we kind of know what kind of teams we want to bring. I'm pretty sure that the chambers haven't really changed much since the last iteration of the Spiral Abyss, so we can see we have a lot of Eremites, Treasure Hoarders, then we have Hilichurls, the big Hilichurls on the second half. And then on Chamber 2, we have another big group, but this time it is a bunch of Hydro Mimics. And then the second half, we have the Geo Bishop. That is not the boss. That's just the bigger guys that roll around and stuff. There's the boss right here, Chamber 3. So we're going to keep that in mind. And it looks like another just easy chamber for 3. So what we want to do is probably just use a comp that groups up enemies together for us. And if we bring a cryo DPS unit for this chamber, this is going to be almost free because you can constantly freeze them. Alright, so I'm going to do a pretty basic team here. This is pretty meta stuff, nothing fancy, and I figured you might as well do it just because she is in the banner. So we're going to use Ganyu's, one of her most popular teams, and we're going to use Venti to group them all up for us. He's also going to be on the rerun for 3.1 right next to one of the new characters, so if you don't have him, you can definitely pull him in the next update. Second half, let's go ahead and just use a standard Yoimiya comp. Nice card again, just straight up plus 20 attack. So this chamber is a defend the the thing in the middle. You've probably done this a bunch as a daily. The great thing about these chambers, if you want to call it that, is that you're not timed on these chambers. It's all about the health of this thing, so you can actually just take your time, build up your character's ults if you want to for the next wave or whatever, and again, just take it easy. They kind of spawn far, so I'm not going to be able to pull those two in the back, but this is usually the combo you would do with this team. And I'm just letting those two wail on the center. That's not good. Let's get rid of them. Alright, we're gonna get the burst back. We're gonna toss that in the center. You can't really aim bursts, which has been a problem in this game since forever, but just trying to pull them, all of them. I didn't get the ones in the back behind me. It's also important to note that there are some enemies on this wave that will target you, and that there are some enemies in this chamber that will target only the ley line thing in the center. They won't care about you. See like how there's some just going at the thing in the middle? Want to definitely take care of those enemies that go for the ley line thing. But also mind your positioning if you're not using Ganyu. If you're using like a melee character, for example, then make sure you're not too close to the thing in the center. That guy really wanted me. Hi. Just gonna go ahead and wrap things up. That is it for the first half. So yeah, the health will carry over, so make sure it doesn't take too much damage if you can help it. This one they managed to do like 9%. Whoops, I was like stuck there. I kind of messed up this rotation, but it's fine. It's fine. Again, 11 is challenging, but it's not that challenging as 12, where you have to like really be careful. So we are gonna take care of this last Hilichurl, who is wailing on that thing. I'm getting my shots blocked by the by the thing I'm supposed to be protecting. Let's kill this last one. And we're gonna use Yoimiya here to get rid of the big boy. Thanks to Zhongli's shield, we don't really care about the damage or the attacks from this guy. And that's it. For this chamber, at least. Alright, we are in chamber 2. This is the Hydro Mimic one, right? Yes, it is. And I don't believe Venti's Burst works here. It does not. I did not pull any of the mimics in, unfortunately. That's okay. We're just gonna use him for the swirls. Whoop. Try to get the shield from Diona so I don't have to worry about getting interrupted. And you don't have to worry about the big bubbles of damage. Well, my shield died there, but usually you wouldn't have to worry about those big bubbles of damage when the mimics die. That guy's gone. Ooh. Ganyu is a really great DPS for this chamber. If you do not have a cryo DPS, a ranged character can definitely help with dealing with those birds as long as they're not hydro. Whoa. Oh, the crabs. Didn't see them. Even though Venti's Burst doesn't work, I still use it because of the swirl. Lots and lots of ice here. Cryo. Oh. Someone hit me. I think it was that crab, maybe. But, one more. Oh, it might have been the crane. Is that what you call it? The crane bird thing? Flamingo? Do second half, which is 2 Geo Bishops. There's a domain that's just like this, so. Oh, I totally whiffed that. That's not good. But we should be okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the rest of Yoimiya's skill here. There we go, and then we also have Jincho's Burst. Let's go ahead and use that, and then we can just finish off the rest with Yoimiya's damage. Nice. That went well. And we... Excuse me, we have the Pyro Agent with some Aramite dudes. I don't have Venti's ult, unfortunately. But that is okay. We're just gonna... Oh, now we do. His burst does work on the Pyro Agents and the Aramites, which is nice. Whoops. It'd be kind of hard to hit them when they're like flailing around in Venti's burst, but we got it. I love the Aramite girl. I don't know what they're called. The female with the dual like dagger thing. I am messing up this rotation, but it's all good. Oh, I didn't even realize this guy got his shield. Luckily, I have Mona. And Mona is gonna make this shield just disappear. And he's stunned forever. Alright. We did that in like a minute and some change. So now we have a Regisvine. Whoops! I didn't mean to do that, but... Let's actually kill the Corolla here. Ooh, Zhongli's shield is really good. And he's like showing us his face there. Definitely need to break the thing, which we're about to. There we go. And we should be able to just DPS the flower until it's down. There you go. Not hard at all. I didn't even play well with these two teams that I used, and we got all the stars. So let's get to the last floor, which is definitely the one that everyone's really interested in completing and all that stuff. Alright, so we got an elemental mastery card there, and this is the ruin monsters. Unfortunately, Kazuha can't really pull them. Let's just try to keep them together like this as much as we can. And we kind of want to position ourselves so that we're constantly damaging both of them at the same time. At least with Zhongling's burst, we can sort of manage that. There we go. Let's just save our bursts for the last enemy that's gonna spawn here. Alright, there we go. Let's run over. Once again, use the bursts. I'm gonna use everybody's burst again. There we go. That was nice and fast. Next team. Alright, we have some Eremites to deal with. Plus Mr. Fire Shooter from the Fatui. Zhongli's shield allows us just to focus constantly doing Yoimiya's attacks. Do it again. Oh, there's like a little bit of lag there. Now we just take care of the let's take care of the crossbow dudes. Let's go ahead and get Jincho's burst here. And make you guys freeze. I want to get rid of the Electro guy because we do not have a cryo to deplete his shields fast, so I focused him first. Now we're gonna focus this guy, and then we can use Jincho's swords to melt this guy's shield. And that should be the rest of the chamber. Let me just do this. Build up everyone's burst for the next chamber so that they're ready. This is a technique you definitely want to think about when you're going through these chambers, especially the harder ones, is to make sure your characters have their burst ready to go for the next one. And we were able to get 3 stars right there. Alright, so chamber 2. This is going to be our first boss chamber for floor 12. And they kind of spawn pretty far here. I don't know, I'm not a fan of this. I think I stepped in one of the water things, right? Yeah, I did. So if you step in the water maiden's big puddles that she summons, you're gonna hear her like shimmer like that, and she basically gets a lot stronger and harder to kill. Oh, I'm getting overloaded. And I whiffed my sword? Uh-oh. That's not good. Get rid of these guys. We're gonna go for the maid, or the mirror maiden, because the electro mage will come after us. Now I'm not gonna use Raiden's burst. We're gonna save it for the next chamber, and we are done with the first half. So let's start the second. This is the boss. Now you can't really do anything while he's getting up like this. This kind of sucks because it's just a waste of your time. Now you can start. Whoops. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but it's okay. And we're gonna do it like normal. You definitely want to bring some sort of shield for this guy, because you can counter one of his most annoying moves and get a lot of damage off of him. Like so. Nice big chunk there. Go ahead and get everyone's bursts again. Let's go ahead and grab Yunjin's burst, then Jingcho, then the skill, then we go again. And we just keep wailing on him with the damage. Whoops. Our Zhongli's shield seemed to run out there. It's all good. I wonder if we can just kill him with the skill here. Should be okay. Might not be enough. Oof, we are taking a lot of damage. Alright, this should be the last rotation there. And there we go. I kind of took a little bit longer there because I just kind of used Yoimiya's skill without Jingcho's burst. So I lost a lot of damage and just wasn't enough. But doesn't matter. We were still able to get 3 stars. And we're getting Energy Recharge as our last card. This is going to be a little bit more damage for Raiden. There we go. Oh, I don't like the auto aim there, messing me up. It had me like facing one of the other guys. Dang, you like messed up one of those other dudes. Oh. This guy is really tanky. Trying to pull them in here. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Let's get that damage in there. Be careful with those seeds because the enemy can use those against you as well. Go again. Get a little bit of that Burgian damage there along with the Vaporize. Oh, just a little bit more time. I'm wasting Yunjin's burst here. Just focus on doing damage. I need Jingcho's burst again. Ooh, this is kind of close, isn't it? That was really kind of close. Last second. Alright, that is Spiral Abyss in 3.1. You can see I was able to do it with Yoimiya there. If I could change any of my team comps up, I would probably try to use an electro damaging one for the Terror Bloom because it actually gets stunned. From my experience, when you use electro on the Terror Shroom, it actually gets stunned. And it lets you just wail on it for big damage. Don't forget to claim your rewards when you're done, make sure you actually get those treasure chests. So we just got ourselves some nice primo gems. And don't forget to open your artifact boxes. And lastly, this is my last tip for anyone trying to do the Spiral Abyss, is that it's okay to switch teams. Like it is tedious to have to redo the whole thing as a different team. But let's say you have a team that was perfect for destroying the Geo Bishop, but it sucked at fighting the Terror Shroom. It's okay if you 3-star the first two and then have to change up your teams for the third chamber. Because at least when you replay it again, you don't have to 3-star it again for the ones you've already 3-starred. You don't have to do it again, so you could just change up your team, go through the chambers, have your burst saved up, and then, you know, give it another go when you replay the chamber that you need the 3 stars for. Also, keep in mind, again, having your team's burst, like if you're using the Riding Comp or any iteration of the international team, having your bursts ready from the get-go is such a huge advantage compared to nobody having their bursts and you having to build them all up again. So if one of the reasons you're losing a lot of time on a chamber is because you have to rebuild your team's energy and bursts, start over if you just got a 3-star on chamber 2 and chamber 3 you're struggling because no one has their burst. I know it sounds painful, but just redo it, and then when you get to chamber 2, right before you kill the last enemy for that team, make sure everyone's got their bursts, and then you go again on chamber 3 with everyone. You'll see it makes a huge difference. But yeah, hopefully this video was helpful to somebody. If you have any questions about the Spiral Abyss, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you like this kind of content, let me know. I can definitely try to make more of it in the future. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.